you're selling leads to paint contractors, correct?
Yep.
And you were a paint contractor.
And the system to manage those leads. So the CRM.
Perfect. Got it. Here's the thing. People are telling you to lean into that. If you lean directly into that, you're going to sound like a salesperson because nobody calls them and goes, we don't know shit about painting, but we'll sell you some leads. Everybody that calls them is an expert. So what you want to lean in with, you want to save that bullet in your 6-shooter, right? You don't even need to pull out your gun yet. You're going to save that bullet and you're going to start with an insight, right? There is something going on that every painting company is having to deal with. Nobody's talking about it. What's up? Here's what's up. Meta, Google, they're changing their algorithms. The cost per lead, and this might be a good thing for you to go through, cost per lead has gone up 1,100% in the last 3 years. Okay, I'm not telling you anything you didn't already know. But here's what nobody's talking about. The quality on those leads has actually gone down tremendously to where the leads are half as closable as they were even 2 years ago. So now you're paying 7, 8 times more for a lead that's half as closable. How are you guys dealing with that at Primrose Painting? Oh my God, yeah, it's a pain in the ass, blah, 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 blah. Now, once you, just out of curiosity, where are you guys at in terms of top line revenue for the business? Where do you want to be? We did $3 million last year. Congratulations. What's the next big milestone you want to hit? $6 million. Why is that? My brother wants to start his own, another division of the company because he wants to move to Austin, Texas. So we need to build it up enough to where he's got some extra cash to start an Austin location. It's interesting that you're experiencing this because this is one of the main reasons why we got into this business. We were exactly where you and your brother were, actually 3rd generation painter, and we just were at a point where, and this is even before the recent algorithm changes, where we were paying out the nose per lead and we saw the writing on the wall that the quality was going down. So what we did was build this system. Selfishly, we thought we'll just do this for our business and then realize we have lightning in a bottle here. Does it make sense for me to, that's how you bring up. But if you lead with, I've been in the painting industry, they're like, sure, pal, right? There's no trust and credibility there. But if you wait for them to tell you their problem and then you go, it's interesting that you say that. Because that's the exact problem that I had, right? And that's why we developed this company. Your story is very, very similar to, I mean, literally I was that kid in 7th grade that constantly got his butt kicked until I learned to wrestle because I had freaking paint all over my jeans, right? I've literally been doing this since I was 11 years old, right? So I know the frustration you guys are going through. I will tell you this, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, right? And if we can just shore up that lead quality and then even shave a little bit off your cost per lead, where you're gonna notice the ROI is not even in the price per lead that you're paying, is that the quality of the lead and then managing it on the back end. Making sure that all those holes in the bucket, so to speak, are plugged and that you guys are going through and helping you get from that 3 million to 6 million in top line revenue. Wait to give your credibility until ideally after you've monetized it, after they're bought in, and then it happens conversationally, right? Like if you're going to date somebody, you don't run into Starbucks letting everybody know your credit score in your car that's outside, right? You got to slow that conversation down and then, you know, man, I sure do love old cars. Really? I got a 55 Speedster outside, the Dylan McKay car from 90210. You want to take a spin? Right? It's like, but if you just walked in there and were like, hey, I don't have sideburns, but I got the freaking car, anybody that grew up in the 90s that wants a ride, it doesn't work that well.
Right. Would you use that same, if somebody's reached out to me off of an ad, would you still lead with an insight, calling them back?
No, if they reached out to you off an ad, wanted to reach out to you personally, make sure my people got you all the information you needed on blank. They're going to say these 2 words, thank you. You're going to go, my pleasure. What can I get you information on? Yeah. Right? And then you're going to go right into your check downs, right? Like if you're a QB, you're going to go through, who's Mike? Where's this? Are they cover 2? Are they cover 0? Just out of curiosity, where are you guys at with the painting company in terms of top line revenue? Where do you want to be? That should be a question that you ask everybody very early. Because you're not selling them leads. You're selling them growth of their business.
Yeah, that monetization
huge
part, that's a life changer for me because I mean, it just kind of
Yeah, otherwise you're selling ad campaigns.
makes it so much easier to sell, because again, I don't wanna sell leads, everybody sells leads,
No.
so.
Yeah, and you now understand that they want to get from 3 to 6 so their brother can open a second location in Austin. And I know this sounds stupid, guys, but that's how Anthony closes a deal. Man, we just don't have the budget right now for advertising. Totally get it. I'm not even going to fight you on that one, because once I understand that, it's checkmate. Totally get it. I'll be here when you guys need to go from 3 million to 6 million so that your brother Floyd can get that second location opened up there in Austin. And then Jake's calling you back the next day going, yo, I talked to Floyd. You guys have an $800 a month plan? Yes, we do. But based on everything you told me, you need the $1,500. Could we just start on the $800 plan? Absolutely. Yeah, sign us up for that, and then we'll move to the $1,500, right? But it's a much better conversation than what do I need to do to get your business? Because what do I need to do to get your business is focused on what? You getting their business. I'll be here when you need blank is focused on what the hell they need. If you like this video, I got you. I'm going to hook you up. Click the link in my bio. I'm going to give you the closing mini masterclass. It's normally $300. I'm going to pay for everything. You're going to close a lot more business. You're going to make a lot more money. You're going to have a lot more fun. And you're going to be like, Matt Easton changed my life. And I'm going to be like, yes, I did. Did we just become best friends? And you're going to say, yes, we did. And then you and I are going to be best friends, and it'll be great. So click the link in my bio so we can be friends and you can close more business, and I'll cover all the cost. See you there.